down here in round 2. Another right hand. Uppercut. Big uppercut. He is stumbling.
Yep, you know what time it is, man. It's, of course, your favorite channel, man, the CTB. Sit here and talk boxing. I'm your boy, Jay Slay. Say what up to him, man.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in.
Well, definitely. You tuned into what we call the Raw Review, man. Raw Review of Arthur Beterbiev versus Joe Smith Jr., man. It was a great fight as long as it lasted. We knew it wasn't going to 4-12, and it didn't even get close to 12. Second round stoppage by Arthur Beterbiev. Let's go and break the breakdown, man. Let's start with the breakdown. What you thought about Beterbiev's performance, man? You think he showed some new improvements on his boxing skill, or you think this opponent really didn't show it much?
Crazy if it may seem, I think just for it to be 2 rounds, I think he did show a high boxing IQ. We all know he could punch, but I thought he set up a lot of his shots and set Joe Smith up, and I was pretty impressed with him, man. I mean, for me, I thought he was the best at 175, but then, Bivol had his great performance with Canelo, and I was like, hey, man, I don't know. But then, after watching him tonight, man, I think he is the man at 175. And also, I think about this dominating win of him pretty much is good for us boxing fans, because I think that makes him and that Bivol fight huge for Undisputed. But also, I think Canelo after this fight probably said, hell no, I'm going to stay at 168, which is good for us, because then he can go down there and fight, the David Benavidez, the Charlos, and so forth. So he can stick down there where he need to stay at and let the big boys handle the business at 175 for Undisputed. So, man, tonight I was very impressed with him. And then, as far as Joe Smith, man, we pretty much predicted this. We thought that he would maybe do a Donnell. And like we said, we thought that he had a lot of heart, would go out on the shield. And because of his heart and his grit, we thought that maybe he could get to the 7th, 8th round. But he had too much heart for me, because once he got hit with a good shot, he just said, fuck it. He threw his game plan out the window and pretty much said, I'm just going to go for broke. And if I catch him, I catch him. But if I don't, I'm going to get knocked the fuck out. But I'm not going to get beat up for 5 or 6 rounds. So I think he just went out and just started throwing shit and won't really had a game plan, and it cost him in the end.
Yeah, Joe Smith looked really, really slow in there, man. Compared to Beterbiev, he looked super slow. Like, everything was telegraphed. You see everything he's going to throw. Their right hand came from a mile away. Like, you can see it coming. So I think Beterbiev was just, man, he was really quick, man. I'm not gonna lie. His speed was impressive to me in this fight. I knew he had a little bit of quickness with him, but I called him robotic in the prediction. There you go. Yeah. I called in the prediction video. I said he was kind of robotic, but this fight, man, he was really fluid, man. He was fluid on his feet. He started spacing his shots real good. Like the first round, that right hand, you could tell his game plan was to take away Joe Smith Jr.'s jab. Because every time Joe Smith Jr. would try to throw a jab from too close, he threw a right hand over the top of that jab and caught him clean. I counted at least 4 times, but I seen him got hurt. I seen Joe Smith got hurt real bad. And then when the second round came, he started finding a home for that uppercut, man. When Joe Smith got too close and started blocking for the body, he started ducking his head down, trying to protect his body. He started falling to them uppercuts, man. I think that was all she wrote, man. But yeah, but like you said about Canelo, man, I bet you Canelo right now, he probably thinking his guy right now that he didn't choose Beterbiev, man. He chose Bivol because he thought Bivol was more green, and Bivol was not as strong a puncher as Beterbiev. But people forget he was actually trying to get a Beterbiev fight. And man, the way when he was punching through Joe Smith Jr. guard, man, I don't think Canelo guard would have protected from them shots, man. In my opinion, I will say this though: do I think he has what it takes to beat Bivol? That remains to be seen, man. I'm gonna be honest. Bivol has a different level of footwork, has a different level of punch variety, and he's most definitely fast-footed and fast-handed. He a big difference from Joe Smith Jr., man. What chance do you give Beterbiev for beating Bivol?
I give him 42%. I don't think it's a wash. I think I would favor Beterbiev in the fight, but I think that Bivol has a great chance because, like you said, he has pop too, but one of his best attributes, like you said, is his feet and his ability to box on the outside. And that's the kind of fighter that's gonna beat Beterbiev. Somebody that can box, stay on the outside, but when he needs to, can put enough pop on his punch to make Beterbiev respect him as a fighter. So I think that it'll be a very interesting matchup. I think that the only thing I want to see it, and I think he does, I want to see how good Bivol's chin is. But, you know, he has this poker face. So anytime he get hit, he don't never react. So you don't really know if he's hurt or not. But from what I've seen, he seems to have a really good chin. So if his chin can hold up, I actually think he can win the fight because I think he can outbox Beterbiev. But if he can't take that power, it's going to be similar to what Joe Smith went through. But of course, I don't think it'll happen that soon. But I would favor Beterbiev at the moment. But it's definitely an interesting fight, and I can't wait to see it. I would like to see the yard fight maybe after that, but I want to see those two guys get in the ring, you know, later this year or the beginning of next year.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. Before I seen Bivol move his feet in this fight, I know Joe Smith Jr. was slower, but just seeing after Beterbiev boxing ability, I do give him a better shot on beating Bivol. But I'm a little different than you though. I give Bivol the slight edge. Me personally, I prefer a boxer who's more defensively sound, and I seen Bivol take some punches, especially when he fought his last fight against
Beterbiev. Talking about Marcus Brown.
Yeah, Marcus Brown. When I see him, he had a nasty cut against Marcus Brown. I know it was ahead, but Marcus Brown was letting some shots on Beterbiev. His chin held up, but Marcus Brown is not that heavy a puncher. He's not a real heavy puncher. But Bivol, the shots he took from Canelo, in my opinion, was shots he took because he was trying to set up stuff. He was very defensive sound in that fight. It's just how he fight. He's a more defensive-minded fighter, and I always lean towards that. I always lean towards fighters like that. I always lean towards fighters who has game plans, who can follow a game plan, and whose whole mission is to not just land a punch, but to avoid punches first and then land their shots. I think Beterbiev, he falls in love with his power a lot. A lot of these shots he threw in this fight, I mean, he knew he had his guy hurt, which is understandable, but a lot of punches he was throwing in this fight, in my opinion, was more so he was more so in love with his power than he was actually trying to, how can I say it? He wasn't really defensively smart in this fight. I knew he didn't need to be because he was in love with his power, and Joe Smith showed in the first round that he couldn't take it. But I think somebody like Bivol, he can't do that, man. And kind of similar to how I feel about Spence versus Crawford. It's going to be a battle at the long range. Because if Beterbiev can't get in close in the mid of a close range, then Bivol going to have a long day for him.
I'm glad you brought up that point because when you was describing it, the whole time you were talking about Beterbiev and Bivol, I was thinking about Spence and Crawford. And like you said, it's a very, very similar fight. Like you said, Beterbiev reminds me a lot of Spence style and Crawford of Bivol style. So I can see, you know, the same thing transpiring in both of those fights. So it makes a very interesting fight, man. I think we're in for a big year of boxing because I think we have some very, very big fights on the horizon, and all the way from the little divisions all the way up to the 175-pound division.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just on your Anthony Yard comment earlier, I agree. I'm kind of glad that Beterbiev kind of shut down that top rank that Bob Burns statement that he made earlier this week about him fighting Anthony Yard next. That fight to me makes no sense. I don't think Anthony Yard deserves that fight yet. Like I said in the prediction video, I think Anthony Yard needs another fight first. I think he need to fight, you know, maybe I don't know. Who do you think Anthony Yard should fight?
I think Anthony Yard should fight. For me, I would put him in with not Joe Smith at this stage because after that, I think he need a break. But even like you said, somebody on the like you said, a Marcus Brown level, somebody around that level that we can see him in against, and if he can win that fight and kind of win it conventionally, then I think he could be able to get the winner of those two. But I think he needs to one more fight right below that fight before he gets that big fight. I think right now Bivol and Beterbiev is the biggest it's gonna get. So I think they need to go and take advantage of the moment and jump on it and make that fight while those guys are both coming off huge victories.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good. Marcus Brown is a good opponent. I just don't think Anthony Yar's ready. I think he'll get knocked out the same way that Joe Smith did. Might be in the same round to be exact. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Cause I don't see that shoulder roll that he like to throw, that he tried to do. I don't see that shoulder roll working on the Beterbiev. And really on a Bivol either. I don't think he's ready for a Bivol either. So I think Marcus Brown is a good gauge on where he need to be. But you got anything else from that to this topic, man?
I think we covered it all, man. Just happy we got another exciting night of boxing.
Yeah, I do remember you texted me earlier that you said that somebody that made a bet in the second round for the second round stoppage, they would have won 20 times their money.
Yeah, it was around 20 times their money if you had took the second round. I wouldn't guess the second round, of course. Even if I went early, like I was telling you, when you said something about you thought you could see it ending in the third or fourth round, I might would have went for one of those rounds. But me knowing Joe Smith and how tough he is, I'm kind of shocked that he went out this early. But if you was one of those guys that got him around the second round, man, you made some good money tonight.
Yeah, you did. Like you said, I bet on the third round. I'm not gonna lie. I put a little bit of change in the third. I put a little bit of change in the eighth. So I lost my money tonight. I kind of wish I would have put it on the second. Cause I seen the upside on it, and I thought about it, but I said nah. I put too much heart in. I put my heart in on Joe Smith instead of using my brain. I should use my brain over my heart, and that's put the money on that fight, man. But it's all good. It's all in fun. I enjoyed the fight. I look forward to what's the next fight? What's the next event? On top of your head.
The next fight should be. I think we're done for June.
I think so
believe.
too.
I think July will be the next fight. I know Danny Garcia and Beterbiev fight the end of July, but I feel like it's one other fight before then, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head who it could be.
Yeah, I'll look it up later on. I'll probably put it in the bottom of this video.
Yeah, we lost the Charlo fight, but of course, but that wasn't, the competition level. I didn't feel was going to be an interesting fight, but his fight got pushed back. But I think that fight might be July.
I'm kind of glad I did get pushed back. This fight was a better fight anyway, in my opinion. I'd rather watch this fight than watch the Charlo fight, in my opinion. Because this fight was for unification fight. So, but with that being said, man, this of course your favorite channel, man, CTB. This is Chin Tuck Boxing. I'm your boy Jay Slay. Say peace to him, man.
All right, everybody, please hit the like button, subscribe, comment, notification button. It helps our community grow. You know why? Because we love boxing and you love boxing. But most of all, God, peace and love, and we out of here. Take care.
That's what Beterbiev has. Yes, he's a punching machine. He's heavy-handed. But look at the timing right there. Joe Smith Jr. from the wrong position, throwing the right hand.